G'day viewers, welcome to this week's PB's Retro Restorations. Now I've got something a little bit different for you this week. You know I normally do your Matchboxes, your Hot Wheels, Dinkies, Corgis, all the other big brands. Well, I don't even know what brand this one is. It's a mystery makeover for long-term viewer and great friend of the channel, Ashton. Ashton and his family have been really good supporters of my channel since the very beginning. So when Ashton asked his dad if PB could make over one of his favourite cars for him, I was more than happy to help. Throw me a bit of a challenge here because, you know, this is outside of my comfort zone and what I normally do. But, you know, always happy to bring a smile to the faces of the young people, viewers. So let's get crack-a-lackin', see what we can do with it. See if we can turn around and make it, you know, make an improvement on it. Or make it worse, whichever it comes out as. So obviously we've got a budget, you know, Chinese-made die cast, but what struck me as unusual is the wheels were held in with separate little plastic plates, and the front wheels actually had a little bit of suspension detail on them. So I'm going to try and replicate that because they were broken and I couldn't use them again. Here I am polishing it up, and I'm going to try and take some of the casting lines out of it with the file. Just try and neaten it right up. So when I was tweaking the body back into shape a bit, it was a little bit bent. It kind of struck me that it's more like a pressed metal than a die cast. I'm not sure what it's actually the metal's made out of, but I didn't break it, so that helped. So I had to replace both the axles with some brass tubing, which I'm gluing on here. Try not to glue my fingers to it, you know, make it look difficult, don't I? And then I'm going to cut some styrene and try and replicate that, you know, the suspension bars that were on it previously. So I'm going to put some brass tubing exhaust pipes in it. Just try and lift the detail up a little bit. Now you're probably thinking, PB, you just got that new 3D printer. Why don't you print all these parts in 3D printing? You're so clever. Well, the reason is I built this before I got the 3D printer. I worked on this one for so long. I just, you know, it was one of those times where I build a bit and then I think no, and then I keep moving. But anyway, it's been a long-term project and I finished it before the acquisition of my 3D printer. So next time I'll just 3D print the bits I need instead of pilfering them from other cars. So I pulled apart a few different cars looking for a rear spoiler that fit. And the one that ended up suffering was this Ford Focus, and bonus, when I was pulling it apart, the wing is a whole actual separate piece, so that made things a little bit easier. Then I put all the parts back together, saved them for a rainy day for another possible project, maybe in the die cast bin of death. Now I've got to modify this body to make the wing fit. So test fit after test fit, and test fit it again just to make sure it all fits. I am going to trim those exhaust pipes back, viewers, once it's all fitted in and I know where they need to be. Here I am precision cutting. And by precision I mean not very. Cutting some styrene for that front axle setup. It's not awesome, and as I said, knowing what I know now with 3D printing, I would have designed something, but anyway, I really like the result. So after tweaking the body, the base stuck out a little bit, so I just thought I'd trim it back, and I wondered if the body was supposed to be the way it was, but too late now. And here's our completed base. I'm going to spray it all one colour and get it all looking groovy. So I asked Ashton's dad Nathan what colour he wanted it, and he said red, like all good race cars are. So I had a can of Ferrari red. I think it was Ferrari red, or it might have been Tamiya red. I can see the can there, it's Tamiya red. Went with that, gloss coated it, got some decals from my little box of decals and little bits and pieces, and got it all together. So figure painting isn't my strong suit, but I thought I'd have a go. I thought I needed something to dress up the blank space where the driver sits. So I decapitated a guy from another die cast, which, you know, whatever it was, it escapes me now. And I'm trying my hand at detailing his face. Now I know you'll see at the end that he looks like a guy from a 1920s race car, because he is. And he looks a bit out of place in a modern Formula 1, but that's the way it is. So with a couple of little touch-ups and a little look over my handiwork, I can put this down and use my free hand to slap myself on the back and say, good job, PB. Another life changed. So here we are, back at the start with Ashton's mystery die-cast of unknown origin, other than it was made in China. Missing, I presume, a wing. Maybe it had a motor too. I don't know, viewers, maybe you've got one of these in your collection, you can let me know. But any die cast is of value to my viewers, is of value to me, and the least I could do for Ashton was give this one a makeover. So this is what we started with, and this is what we're left with now. Ta-da! Looking a lot better than it did before, if I do say so myself. Got some, standard Hot Wheels 5 spokes on it. Didn't put real riders on it because I couldn't find a set that really fit it. But I think these wheels look good on it. I like the gloss and the shine I got on it. The little decals, these were decals from a 1/25th model, and they kind of fit. They seem to be to scale to me. I hope 6 is your lucky number, Ashton, because it's racing car number 6 now. And if it's not number 6, well, I'm not sure what we'll do, but well, that's for another time, I suppose. I hope you like it. So thanks for taking some time out of your day to come watch my video. I really appreciate it. If you've liked what you've seen here and would like to subject yourself to some more of it, why not try one of these links that's appeared on your screen, hopefully by now. If you'd like to subscribe, that'd be fantastic. I'd really appreciate it. Just click on my bald nut in the middle of your screen there, click the bell for alerts, and you too can be swept away to a world of PB magic whenever I find the time to upload a video. I've got some exciting videos coming up soon. Don't forget, Andrew at Maple Leaf Customs Porsche build is coming up too on March 18th. That's going to be good. And I'm working on something for the HQ model kit. So stay tuned, stay safe, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week, next time, whenever that is. All right. Peace out, yo.